Have you ever pondered the balance between productivity and leisure in your life? Today's society frequently champions the hustle, the grind, the ceaseless pursuit of achievement. But in this race, the value of leisure, of rest, of simply being is often overlooked. So what unfolds when one decides to sacrifice their leisure in the name of productivity? When the scales tilt overwhelmingly towards work, and time for oneself becomes a mere afterthought? Let's delve into a story of someone who did exactly that. Meet Alex, a highly ambitious individual with a relentless drive for success. Alex was the epitome of an overachiever. His days were filled with relentless work, meticulous planning, and an unwavering pursuit of productivity. He was always in a rush, always on the move, always looking for the next big thing to conquer. Alex was a star. His accomplishments were many, his accolades aplenty. He was the top of his class, the employee of the month, the entrepreneur of the year. But behind the glittering trophies and the shining medals, there was a cost that was often overlooked, often ignored. Alex's obsession with productivity turned him into a machine. He worked long hours, rarely took breaks, and seldom allowed himself the luxury of leisure. He was always on, always ready, always pushing. He had little time for friends, even less for family, and no time at all for himself. His relationships suffered, his health deteriorated, and his overall well-being took a back seat. His relentless pursuit of success led him to a path of self-destruction. He became disconnected from the world around him, lost in a sea of deadlines and deliverables. His life was a constant race against time, a never-ending cycle of work and more work. In his quest for productivity, Alex had forgotten the importance of leisure. He had forgotten that leisure is not just about rest and relaxation, but also about rejuvenation and creativity. It's about taking a step back to appreciate the beauty of life, to enjoy the simple pleasures, to connect with loved ones, to nourish the soul. In the pursuit of productivity, Alex lost sight of the importance of leisure, leading to an imbalanced life. His story serves as a stark reminder that in our quest for success, we must not forget to live. Because life is not just about doing, it's also about being. And sometimes in the midst of our busy schedules, we need to take a moment to just be. But what happened to Alex when he neglected leisure? Well, it wasn't a pretty sight. As his life became a one-note symphony of productivity, the music of enjoyment started to fade away. His physical health began to decline, with fatigue and stress becoming frequent visitors. His eyes, once sparkling with energy, now reflected the dullness of burnout. His relationships started to bear the brunt too. Friends and family became unfamiliar faces, as he was always too busy to catch up or too tired to engage in meaningful conversations. The bonds he'd once cherished began to fray, leaving him feeling isolated and disconnected. And the happiness he'd once felt, it too started to wane. The joy of achievement was replaced by a gnawing emptiness, a hollow echo where laughter and contentment once resided. His life became a monochrome canvas, void of the vibrant hues of leisure. In the face of these consequences, Alex had to reassess his approach to productivity and leisure. So what can we learn from Alex's story? Well, Alex's journey is a powerful reminder that productivity and leisure aren't opposing forces, but rather two sides of the same coin. They exist in a delicate balance, each one influencing and enriching the other. When we focus solely on productivity, neglecting leisure, we run the risk of burning out, just like Alex did. It's easy to get caught up in the hustle, the ceaseless pursuit of success. But let's not forget, our brains aren't designed to be on overdrive 24/7. They need downtime to rest, recharge, and most importantly, to process and consolidate what we've learned. That's where leisure comes in. Leisure isn't just about having fun, it's about self-care. It's about giving your mind the break it needs to keep pushing forward. But here's the key, it's all about balance. Too much leisure can lead to stagnation, just as too much work can lead to burnout. Finding that sweet spot between productivity and leisure, that's the challenge. It's something we all need to reflect on and adjust according to our own needs and capacities. So, as we wrap up, let's take a moment to reflect on our own balance between productivity and leisure. Are we like Alex, pushing ourselves to the brink of burnout? Or have we found our balance? Remember, productivity without leisure is like a car without fuel. It won't get you far.